Hi everybody. Today I am in the company of a very amazing trailblazer advocate, Mr. Bijender Singh, who is from Haryana originally, a first generation lawyer, no mentors, no relatives, no seniors in the profession when he began. And it is going to be an absolutely amazing conversation with him about his journey so far and, of course, about some of his amazing work. So, welcome, sir. I'm very happy to have you today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
I want to first, of course, reflect on your journey. We've had a conversation before about what kind of a journey did you have when you first started working in the space of law. Was law always the plan? And would you like to talk about where you're originally from, how you came to Delhi, and what was it like for you being a first generation lawyer, establishing yourself in a fierce city like Delhi where competition is like crazy?
I come from Haryana. There is a place called Palwal. Nearby that there is a very, very small village. I think hardly 1,000 population, even today. So I come from a farmer's family. In my family, I was the first one who started reading and writing. Law, as such, I had absolutely no clue about law. Once I passed my matric, so there were people were just counting how many people are matriculate in my entire village, and particularly from my side because we come from that mohallas kind of setup from my mohalla. I passed my graduation. We were in Hindi medium. After that, I started thinking that I should do law, and then I applied in Delhi University. By the grace of God, I could get through this entrance exam, and it was a very decent rank also. So I joined the law. But then there was another problem. The problem was because it was all through Hindi medium for me. So it was kind of struggling to through two different words. First, I will translate that in my mind in English, and by the time I could translate few of the sentences which the teacher was speaking, then by the time the concept would have gone over the head.
That happens because if you think in a specific language, you study in a different language, then you tend to have this, translation issue sometimes in your head. Yes, that happens.
So I almost for half of my LLB days I struggled with this. Unfortunately, or say I don't know how you may take it. Fortunately, I could not get a senior.
Okay.
One of my friend out of grace, he said you can go to my brother-in-law chamber. I went, but I somehow was not comfortable with the kind of work they were doing. So I thought of all right, I'll find out somebody else. Then there is a very senior judge in lower judiciary. His friend was there. He said, "You go there. I'll tell him, and he can do it for you." I went there. That senior I saw only once in 4 months. That's all the mentorship I have in this profession. Then I kept on doing rounds in various courts in Delhi High Court. If I find somebody speaking very good English, that was also a charm for me. You can say the thinking through that how will it happen? No, nobody is there to teach me or to mentor me. But then it started slowly, and it has been quite a challenging task. I can only say this: I did not say no to any matter.
Considering how competition is rising also in Delhi, of course, you have 30 years almost at the bar, 28 to 30 years at the bar now. So there is an established practice. But when it comes to establishing in the beginning for younger people, and you say that the idea of me speaking to the cop about the fact that my father is a lawyer, the fact that you said that, do you think that that mindset still persists? Are people fearful of lawyers? Are cops fearful of lawyers? Or do they work in tandem? Are they friends? What is this thought process that lawyers are important people? Where is it coming from? Where do you think it is coming?
See, I tell you, it's not about lawyers, it's not about police, or it's not about anybody else also. It's what we fear is the knowledge.
Knowledge. Okay.
In society, everybody who's ignorant will fear the knowledge. So take it from me, as a lawyer, I have faced it myself. Don't want to rent you out because they know that lawyer will ask you, you are not doing this, you are not doing that. It's not that lawyers don't pay or lawyers do anything wrong.
Correct.
That's a completely a misconception I'm telling you. But we are defamed for no good reason. I've seen this. I gave the security and all, and literally I tell you for some other day, my kids, my son, my wife, my stuff was on road because of that gentleman, and he was an 80-year-old fellow. So people actually fear the knowledge. If you know, you will confront them, you will put them pertinent questions. If you put pertinent questions, then the person who is simply out of there to flex the muscle or probably terrorize you will deter and he'll back off. So it's not that the lawyers are hostile to the police or vice versa is correct. Police also know that cornering a commoner would be easier.
Yes.
So when a lawyer comes, then they treat him because see what happens. We very easily give up on the defense of any idea. We start defending people. So that changes everything. You think because if you are with him, then I start taking you that you are against me, which is wrong. So if I go and simply put a question to the police person, why are you troubling this rickshaw wala? Why are you troubling this auto man? Then he will start, who are you? That is where the problem starts. So it's not that there is any kind of hostility. Yeah. But the police probably fears the knowledge which a lawyer possesses. And lawyers have a bounden duty to maintain that gap. I will call it gap because it must always be that lawyer must know. Without knowing, lawyer is also not good for anything. Yes. So that is where the difference is. The difference lies in the knowledge, not in what you don't.
So knowledge is the power behind all of
Knowledge
this.
is the power.
Correct. I agree with that. And I also think that there is a certain turning point in everybody's professional journey, especially in the law. And some cases, some judgments, something that you reflect on that could have been the turning points of your career. So, would you like to reflect on those?
See, I had a gentleman who was barely knowing me. I was a secretary in LLM union. I did LLM also from Delhi University.
Okay.
So then we used to have an administrative officer. He was a very amiable kind of person, very gentleman and retired fellow, probably retained after that on contractual basis. So what did he do? He used to arrange for us for some snacks after our meeting. So we developed a kind of rapport. When I started my work, he would start sending me few cases which would not bring you much of money, but they were actually for the people who were little bit troubled. They did not have anywhere to go. That's how a case came to me. A 4-year-old boy was named in a will by a lady who was a Bhumidar in terms of Delhi Land Reforms Act.
Okay.
It was 2005, I believe. So that the revenue authority said yes, he can do a will throughout. But the High Court of Delhi said, single judge said that no, she cannot. So that was the point. And there were interpretation of that particular statutory provisions. So I argued it before the division bench in Delhi High Court in letters patent appeal. And we won it. Now I tell you that case always serves me as a morale booster.
Okay.
That somebody who was 4-year-old, some lady probably out of love and affection made a will. Somebody who was as orphan as that 4-year-old in this profession like me will end up with this case and then will argue it to a level where the law has been now changed. Now the lady in this particular state, Delhi, can transfer her Bhumidari rights by way of will.
By Bhumidari, you mean agricultural land?
Agriculture right, there are two types of right. There are lower rights and higher rights. Higher rights are Bhumidari rights because there is a complete set of provisions which actually grants you the rights only regarding cultivation, and then transfer rights are limited in certain ways. If suppose you are also the one who is not cultivating it for a particular period, then in that case also the land can be repossessed by the government.
So you are saying that as a woman, if I were to inherit land prior to the law that came in 2012, is that right, sir? I could not have gotten the ownership of that Bhumidari.
Bhumidhari is the only right which is available in Delhi to the agriculturists, and that right you could have bought it. Buying is not a problem.
Buying is not a problem.
But somebody leaving a will, somebody gifting it to you as a Bhumidhar was not permissible.
Oh, so as a woman.
If it is coming by of inheritance.
Right. You also say that there is a certain customary law behind this, or there is a certain
There was
code behind
no,
this?
there is a code, Punjab Land Revenue Act is there, which actually largely saved this law. So the Britishers started controlling land revenue, and in a very beautiful way. That I have my reservations to subscribe to the view that whatever they created something archaic. You read their revenue laws, you will be. It is amazing.